meet the cheerleaders. First of all, for Stickney High School, Kelly Moeller, Penny Titsey, Natalie Van Dronglen, and Stacy Munnicky. Their advisor is Audrey Van Genderen. And now the cheerleaders for Warner High School. Stephanie Rick, Michelle Raisler, Michelle Murnaugh, Shonda Judd, and Allison Stroshine. Their advisor is Joanne Nelson. And now the starting lineup, first of all for the Stickney High School Raiders. At a guard, a 6'1" junior, number 25, Shannon Talsma. At a guard, a 6'1" senior, number 31, Mike Russ. At a forward, a 6'2" junior, number 13, Ryan Punt. At a forward, a 6'2" junior, number 45, Alan Matzner. And in the middle for Stickney, a 6'5" senior, number 23, Chad Kleitz. The Stickney Raiders are coached by Mike Tushin and assisted by Dwayne Cassavan. And now the starting lineup for the Warner High School Monarchs. At a guard, a 5'10" senior, number 22, Jason Brandner. At a guard, a 6'1" senior, number 32, Aaron Brick. At a forward, a 6'5" junior, number 24, Chuck Welke Jr. At a forward, a 6' senior, number 34, Lon Stroshine. And in the middle for Warner, a 6'4" junior, number 50, Lee Munger. Warner is coached by Chuck Welke Sr. and assisted by Troy Helen. Your officials, as assigned by the South Dakota High School Activities Association, the referee is Randy Thomas from Faith, and the umpire is Keith Kusler from Aberdeen.
Well, I have tried throughout the course of our broadcast to stay as low-key as I could about this game.
Until now.
Until now, because I think this is going to be a great game.
We've done all the talking we can, and earlier, before we came over here tonight, we met some of the younger brothers for these Stickney Raiders. Younger brother
Waldo
of Adam,
and Biff.
Yeah, younger brothers
we
of
met
Adam
Waldo and
Punt
Biff at supper tonight.
Biff and Waldo.
In fact, we were eating supper, and all of a sudden there was a young guy about, maybe 6 inches from my face. I turned around, I said, "Who are you?" He says, "I'm Adam." I said, "Adam who?" He says, "Adam Punt." I said, "You're Ryan's brother." So they call me Biff. 5 minutes later, Chad Kleitz's younger brother shows up, says, "I'm a Kleitz."
Scott. But they call him Waldo.
Yes. Both teams are ready to play.
We've done all the talking. Let's see how these guys do the playing.
Warner with the opening tap, and they have control of the ball. Warner averaging 88 points a game, giving up 60. Stickney averaging 77 points a game, giving up 51. This could be a shootout at Wax Arena. Brandner for way out, and that ball barely moved the net on the way down.
He almost grazed the rafters with the arch on that shot.
But Stroshine with a foul. Monarchs will put on full court pressure. We saw that last night. That's what destroyed the Smet in the second quarter.
And they will drop back from that into a zone defense. Chuck Welke says, we'll wait a little bit. We'll do the same thing we did last night. Start out with some zone and then switch to man-to-man a little bit later on.
No pressure after the made shot. Russ bringing the ball up. Almost lost control. Needs some help. Gets it over on the wing in the corner. The shot is no good. As Shannon Colesman in the rebounding action, Russ gets the foul. Aaron Brick applauding his team's effort.
Kieran and O'Gorman are into the second quarter down at the Sioux Falls Arena. Their semifinal game. O'Gorman is leading Huron right now, 19-13. We'll check in with Tom Neiman at halftime of this one for an update there.
What was that score again?
19-13 O'Gorman, second quarter.
Oh, my.
The Knights love tournament time, don't they?
Yes. And Watertown in the championship again. Brick Wide open, Stroshine for three. Rebound, Lights rips it down. Long pass to Tolzma, knocked away by Brick. Back come the Monarchs. Brandner. Back outside Welke. You got to guard him anywhere on the floor. He can do it all from anywhere. Brandner already made that long three-pointer. He's going to try another one.
He marked a spot. That was the exact same place as the first one, and they both sounded the same, ripping the cords. He's got all 6 of Warner's points on a couple of long threes.
Quick start for the Monarchs. Matzner off the glass, short, tipped, grabbed. Oh, nice rebound there by Russ to rip the ball out of there. Russ goes to Tolzma again. Tolzma and Russ, between them, didn't score much last night, but did other things well. In fact, Russ had 6 rebounds, even though he's only a guard. And back come the Monarchs, leading 6-0. Much quicker start for them than they did last night. Munger, baseline, and he walked for the ball. And right away into the game comes Dan Kreitlow.
Kreitlow came off the bench last night and scored 14 points for the Stickney Raiders.
He's really like a starter. He plays most of the game. You look at the Stickney team and the Warner team. They have an awful lot of guys coming back. Both teams are going to be huge next year. I mean, they're big out there. These are big basketball teams. Inside, Kleitz scores. He's fouled.
Well, if he converts this, our first 3 hoops of the game are all going to be three-point plays of one sort or another. Brandner has hit 2 on the other end. Here's Kleitz inside working. Gets fouled from behind on Brick.
Kleitz, a 70% free throw shooter, had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists last night, and 2 block shots. Of course, he averages 21 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals.
Could we describe him as an all-around player?
Yes.
Okay.
We talked about him last night and said he is to Stickney what Welke is to Warner. Same kind of player.
There, Kleitz ties up Munger.
Nice quick hands by Kleitz.
Good defensive help as the backside person forced Munger back towards the lane, and Kleitz was right there to get his mitts on it and tie it up.
There's Ryan Punt.
We didn't see anything last night that the Stickney team shows any signs of getting rattled by anything. They were really calm and composed and through their entire battle with the Tulare Chieftains.
Well, they were behind at halftime, which is not something they are used to. And boy, they responded well in the third quarter. They've been behind only, I believe, 1 time in the third quarter this year, and they have not been behind in the fourth quarter. Brandner for 3 again.
They got to get out and get a hand in his face. He spotted up 3 straight threes.
9-3. Brandner leading Stickney.
Brandner with a steal. Defense.
But Stickney gets it back. There's going to be a foul as it goes on Munger, and I believe Matzner's going to get a couple of free throws here. Like a hot potato there for a minute.
Matzner did a lot of bumping and banging underneath in that game last night. He scored 18 points and grabbed 10 rebounds. And I think you match him up with Lee Munger, and you're going to get some good physical action going on between those two. They're built the same, and it's the same thing with Kleitz and Welke.
Gets the first one to go. Well, that's why I was so excited about this matchup, because where DeSmet is smaller and quicker and a stronger defensive team, these two teams are almost mirror images of each other. Both are large, both have pretty good ball handlers, both have a star in the middle. You couldn't ask for a better matchup. And the winner of this will play Baltic tomorrow night in the championship, and they'll have their hands full, whoever wins. scores, and that's the first non-Brandner basket for Warner. We are 4 minutes into the first quarter. It's 11-5 Monarchs. Who have been stinging like a bee here in the first quarter. Punt for 3. Oh, they gave him 2 on that one. It was a long-range shot. Brandner again! He's got 4!
In a row. And yesterday, he was 0 for 3 from three-point land.
That was yesterday. Inside, Brightlow off glass. He is fouled. Welke picking up the foul. 3:18 to go here in the first quarter. 14-7. Warner on top. Brandner has been on fire. 4 3-pointers.
9.
Well, Jeremy Brandner has been the story of the first 5 minutes of this game. 4 3-pointers. Hasn't missed. Jason Brandner.
Yes.
Sorry.
Whose twin brother was on this team last year. Played for Harriet this year in football and basketball.
All right, guys, here we go. One more. Hey.
I'm sure tonight cheering his brother on. Brightlow makes both. And a 14-9 Warner lead here. With still 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Welke hasn't even scored yet. Warner has a big lead, and he gets hacked. They were triple teaming Welke on that play.
Well, they've got to be concerned about where he is because he's so dangerous, but they can't be so concerned with him that they leave Brandner open to shoot the threes like he's been doing. That'll change your game plan in a hurry as far as your team defense.
What a night for the second night in a row.
Wow.
Well, he's going to set a record in the first quarter.
I've run out of room just marking down the big threes that he's got. 15 points in a quarter, all on threes. He's
5 for
away
5.
from tying the state tournament record for threes in a game.
Halsma is going to shoot a 3. And a timeout called by Stickney before he could shoot it. And what a first quarter for Jason Brandner. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Jason Brandner Show.
Putting on a three-point clinic.
He is 5 for 5 behind the line. We're still in the first quarter. Punt. Rebound, crashing the boards inside. Stickney had the rebound but couldn't hang on to it, but Punt retrieves it. They had good position there. Punt, tries, stop, shoots. No, rebound Welke. Monarchs to build the lead to 10 with 2:25 to go here in the first quarter. Welke at the foul line. His first shot goes in. That's 7 field goals for Warner in the first quarter, and they have not missed many.
Stickney, on the other hand, has not had a chance to put many shots up.
Lights off the glass just a little bit too hard.
There's Chuck Welke, the point guard.
He likes that.
Oh, he loves that.
The center shooting from outside that three-point line. A little bit long for Welke, and back come the Raiders. Matzner close, gets the bank, and he is fouled.
That's a shot Stickney needed right here. And that's where I think most of his shots came yesterday, was inside the paint. He gets that big body turned and squared up to the glass.
Watch the concentration.
Take it here. Right up on Munger. Munger was trying to back away. He didn't draw the foul.
Foul goes on Brandner. That's his second. Rebound by Brightlow, puts it right back up and in, and suddenly it's back down to a 6-point lead for Warner. Brick goes to Stroshine from the left wing is 3. Rebounded though by Brandner in the lane, no good on the scoop. He was too close.
Was blocked by Kleitz on the way up.
Here come the Raiders. Chance to cut it to 4. Kreitlow, top of the key. Punt. Over to Kleitz. In and out from three-point range. Brick pushing it down. Nice bounce pass. Roshine blocked by Kleitz. Oh, they call a foul on Kleitz. Ooh. Chad smiling.
It was a nice bounce pass on the fast break. Here it is. The dish from Brick. And here comes Kleitz for the block. Got him on the follow-up through as he swatted down.
Came down, right.
Came down across the arms. And you see, it's not a shooting foul. It was after the shot. Stickney is matched up in his zone defense as well, so neither team playing man here in the first quarter.
Again, a little long for Brander, going for his 6th three-pointer.
That's his first miss of the night from behind the stripe. He missed a drive a little bit ago, but that's his first miss from outside three-point line.
Fouls on Eggers, and that is 4 fouls on Stickney, 5 fouls on Warner here in the first quarter. 19-13, Monarchs lead it. Brander has tied the state B tournament record for three-pointers in a game.
He's done it in the first quarter. He's got 20 seconds left yet.
Punt for 3. And Brander might get another chance. Welke. Goes to Stroshine. Back to Welke. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Jason Brander on fire. 18 points for his team. 22-13 Monarchs.
Cooperative.
I'll tell you what, if you missed the first quarter, I'm sure Jason Brander will someday play it back for you on videotape because he's hit 6 three-point bombs to tie a state tournament record. He has 18 of Warner's 22 points.
If you had told me Chuck Welke would have 2 points in the first quarter and Warner would be up by 9, I'd have said you're nuts. Kleitz with a rejection of Welke, and back comes Stickney. I'd have bet you a few dinners on that one, Al.
I'd have taken you up on it.
The tip won't go, and the foul on the tip goes on Kleitz. And that is 2 fouls on Kleitz. Incidentally, the scoreboard, we had told you there were 2 fouls on Brander. He has only 1. That's what we had him for. And that is official. He has only 1 foul.
You know, we talked with both coaches before the game. They both said that we've got 2 great individual players, 1 on each team, but they also said that it's the other 4 guys. Somebody's got to step up out of there. And boy, is Jason Brander taking a big step up from there in this ball game.
He's going up those steps up to the attic 3 at a time. Brick for 3. Not to be outdone by Brander. What a display by the Warner Monarchs.
Well, they were 1 of 10 from three-point land yesterday. They've got 7 in the first half now.
Well, you know, they were doing that on purpose, just so Stickney wouldn't know they could shoot from out there. Matzner's shot is off, but it's tipped over to Tolsma out of bounds. And it's going to be Warner ball. See, it was a smoke screen, Al. They knew Stickney was watching the game. Said, let's fake him out.
Well, if that's what they were doing, it certainly worked. But I have a feeling that Mike Tushin knew well enough that Warner could definitely light up the three-pointers. They're 7 of 11 from three-point land so far tonight.
Haskell's shot strong. He would have been right on from three-point land. Jason should have backed up and shot where the other Jason's been shooting from. Welke with a steal. Welke had 5 steals last night, and he gets fouled from behind by Alan Matzner.
He is so good at anticipating where those passes are going down low, and he gets those long arms over there. Last night, most of his steals came on passes. Timeout on the board. 6:33 to go before halftime. 25-13 Warner.
you.
Well, we'll take you inside the numbers through the first quarter, and the only ones that really matter. Look at the three-pointers. 6 of 10 for Warner in the first quarter. They are now 7 of 11. Meanwhile, Stickney shooting only 36% from the floor.
Welke shot, no. Rebound inside, the foul over the back on the rebound. Goes on Barry Markinson. Wonder if Eric Lapley's watching going, hey, he's hotter than I was at the end of the game last year.
I would bet.
That memorable finish right here on this floor.
Played his first year of college ball down at Mount Marty in Yankton this year. I would bet he's around here somewhere.
What do you have, 43 in the championship game against Warner?
I think he had 40. Welke had 39.
39 points.
Well, let's check. It was
22 rebounds.
It was the tournament record. He had 40 in the championship game.
Okay. And a bunch of those 40 came in the final 3 or 4 minutes.
That's right. And Brandner is almost halfway there already with his 18.
Both teams are going to be shooting the bonus for the whole half.
Incidentally, talking about records, we had one set earlier tonight in the first semifinal game. The 32 points from Matt Gilbert is the most points ever scored by an individual in a semifinal contest.
Now, the records are kind of goofy. Keep in mind, this is since we've gone to 3 classes. But still, great performance by Matt Gilbert so far.
But unfortunately, it may only last one game if Brandner keeps shooting the way he has. Stickney with a chance to get the deficit to double digits this trip down. Single digits, pardon me.
But they can't do it. Here comes Welke. Oh, Welke got run into. Long bomb, Haskell, no. And Russ with a rebound. Being hounded by Haskell.
Look at the defense by Warner. Those top 2 guards, Brandner.
And there's foul number 2 on Brandner.
Brandner and Haskell have been out there ball hawking the second quarter, just trapping the ball out on top. That makes it that much more difficult for Stickney or anybody to get their offense going when you're dealing with 2 guys all over in your face and you're trying to dribble and set up an offense.
They've been in their face. Brandner comes out, and he will not put his hand in a bucket of ice. I guarantee you that.
They put a heating pad on it.
Keep it hot. Mike Russ trying to get on the board and doesn't get the roll. Dorshine wide open for 3. Yes! 3-point basket, it counts. And there's a rebounding foul. Basket counts. A 3-point basket, and there's a rebounding foul away from the shot.
This could be a 5-point play for the Warner Monarchs. The foul goes on Dan Kreitlow. Pushed a little too much on Welke in the box out of 10th underneath. 13-point lead for Warner.
And he makes it a 4-point play, and he'll get one more. Welke with only 3 points, and Chuck's team is leading by 15 points. And Welke almost gets another steal.
A couple of the kids over in the front row from that McLaughlin High School band. Says, Chuck, man, I got pizza on my T-shirt when you dive into me like that.
There'd be a lot of kids that wouldn't wash their T-shirts forever and ever, knowing that Chuck Welke has dived into it. He's kind of like Michael Jordan up here in this part of the state. And he's only a junior, and he's closing in on 2,000 career points. Nice save. Great save by the freshman, Brandon Johnson. There's Brandon. Loose ball is tracked down by Kleitz. Boy, Stickney needs a hoop here. They are down 30 to 15. And Kleitz gives it to him.
That's the guy they wanted to have the ball in his hands coming down. He's got 5 points, but they still trail by 13. They need desperately to stop Warner a couple of trips here.
And a travel on Stroshan.
That's one.
Stickney doing a great job defending Chuck Welke, but it's been the others who have hurt them. I should say the other who right now is on the bench, Jason Brandner. Lights with fire in his eyes. Eggers on the drive, and he is fouled. And Brad Eggers will go to the foul line.
To the hoop by Eggers. Trying to make something happen, get this Stickney offense a little fire going. Look at the quick slash right to the glass, and Munger a little too late. Picks up his second personal foul. One. Bam. 11 free throw attempts in this first half so far for Stickney, just 2 for Warner.
And Stickney's made 9 of those. That's kept him in the game. Brad Johnson gets the rebound out to Stroshan. And he answers with a 3.
You know, I was just looking in the tournament program here for a team record for three-pointers, but there isn't one in there. But I got to think that Warner's going to be closing in on that.
They got 9 already. Knocked out of bounds by Stroshan. Good quick hands. And Brandner comes back for Johnson. Brandner already with 6 three-pointers, 18 points in the first quarter. And the only reason he was on the bench is because he has 2 fouls. Matzner on the baseline. Nice reverse move. Alan Matzner has 6 points. Stickney down by 12. We'll be checking in with Tom Neiman at the AA here shortly. Welke. Oh, he didn't get the roll. It rolled plenty, but it came right out.
Halfway down and came back out. A little bit of that English from the left-hander.
Lights. Full court. Makes the basket, and that's a big one because Stickney has drawn it back down to within 10. Brandner for his 7th.
That's a state tournament record shot, folks. 21 points, all from behind that right stripe for Jason Brandner.
Oh, he had a couple up top. Not many. Brandner on the break. He'll drive and lay it up, and he is fouled.
And fouled hard by Ryan Punt.
Well, let's see how well he does from 15 feet. Yeah, we've got a timeout. So with that timeout, we are going to check in at the AA's in Sioux Falls. Tom Neiman, what's going on?
Fellas, we are 2.5 minutes into the third quarter here. O'Gorman is doing the same thing to here and that they did to Aberdeen Central last night. O'Gorman has opened up an 8-point lead here in the third quarter, 35-27. That's the story right there. Huron is missing. O'Gorman is rebounding well. Jason Brandhagen had 13 points in the first half to lead O'Gorman to that lead. Jay Elwine had 8 in the first half for Huron. Huron yet to score here in the second half. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And there's another bucket by Jason Even, 37-27. O'Gorman's got the lead on Huron in the middle of the third quarter. Back to you, fellas.
All right, Tom, thanks very much. A 10-point lead for O'Gorman in the third quarter. Matt Brandhagen, 13 points in the first half. He's been lighting it up.
29 last night, 35 in the regions. O'Gorman had a very, very disappointing year. They went only, 8-12? Turning it on at the right time. Of course, they made it to the championship last year and lost to Watertown. Could be the same rematch.
O'Gorman and Watertown, this time at the Sioux Falls Arena. Interesting note here in the second quarter for Warner. All their field goals have been three-pointers.
Yep. All 4 of them.
All 4 of them.
Okay, guys, here we go. One.
Jason says, can I move back to shoot these? I know they'll only count for 1.
Warner has 30 points from behind the three-point line. Flights had that one partially hit from behind.
And he stepped out of bounds.
We've talked a lot about Warner's offense, but their defense is doing a pretty darn good job at the other end of keeping Stickney really away from the basket.
I'm just amazed that Brandner missed those 2 free throws. He's a good free throw shooter, but he's just in one of those
He's in the zone
rhythms tonight. Just too close.
Heck with everything else. He doesn't even have to play defense at the other end.
Tough shot by Welke.
He's getting muscled around by Kleitz underneath.
Yep. Here comes Kleitz. Has it stolen from behind. Brick and Munger combining on that steal. And a 15-point lead for Warner. Munger inside, off glass. Impressive. That's all I can think of to say right now with what Warner has done. Look at that. Steal by Brandner. Marv McCune and the guys are saying, we know how you feel, Raiders.
Yeah, exactly.
Brandner. Yes! Holy cow! 8 3-pointers. 1:09 to go in the half. We'll be right back. Oh, we won't. Let's keep it here. Oh, give me oxygen, somebody. What a performance.
There's Brandner's 8th three-pointer in 9 attempts in this ball game tonight. He's already set the state tournament record for threes in a game.
He has 24 points in the first half. His team leads by 20.
Warner has 43 points on the board, 33 coming via the three-point shot.
They have made 2 two-pointers here in the second quarter, though. They finally broke that ice.
Man.
Lights on the baseline, partially blocked, and back come the Monarchs. Welke on the break, has it knocked out of bounds from behind by Russ.
Nice job to catch up to the long-legged Welke and knock that one away. It was a 2-on-1 break. It's Matzner coming back into the lineup for the Stickney Raiders. Chad Fleitz will come out. We're into the final minute of the first half.
Foul. Welke will go to the foul line. Eggers reaching in. And Welke not the guy to foul. 84% from the line.
Shannon Tolsma will come in to replace Brad Eggers.
It has been a long half for Mike Tushin and the Stickney Raiders. They have not lost a game this year. They have never been behind like this. Breakaway for Warner, a 3-on-none. Stroheim missed the easy layup. Rebound on the floor, and the foul goes on Johnson. Well, that is about the only thing the Monarchs have done wrong here in the first half.
He should have just pulled up in the lane and looked for Brandner. Just stand up back there behind the stripe.
Actually, if he flipped it back up over his shoulder, Welke was there for the dunk.
19 seconds left in this first half. Stickney has been shell-shocked.
This is so similar to yesterday when the Warner Monarchs did this to DeSmet. Although here it started earlier. Brandner with 6 3-pointers in the first quarter, 8 in the first half. Kolsma makes them both.
Chuck Welke wants his team to hold for one shot here.
Underneath, wide open. Markinson with a layup. The long shot at the end of the half is no good, and a 20-point lead. Look at the Warner Monarchs. They are celebrating and loving every minute of what they have seen here in the first half. 45-25 is the score. We've got Chuck Welke down on the floor with Al Bahi.
Thanks, Mark. Chuck, we're going to change the name of your team to the Warner Bomb Squad. What's the difference tonight from yesterday when you were 1 of 10 from three-point land?
Oh, I don't know. You just happened to get a little more wide-open shots. You know, they were all over Chuck inside in that 1-3-1 zone and collapsing on him. And so Jason Brandner is a great shooter. I'll tell you what, leave him there all night. He'll make them. But with the hand in the face, you know, with the man-to-man pressure DeSmet played on him, he couldn't get the shot off. But you know, that was the difference.
Now, your offense has been lightening up, but your defense is doing a good job of forcing Stickney a little farther out from where they want to be to start their offense.
Yeah, we've been playing good defense. They've been getting some second shots. We got to do a little bit better job maybe on the boards, but that defense we're playing, one of the weaknesses is the weak side rebound, and our guard has to get that, and he's got to get down there and help out a little more, and he'll do it second half, hopefully.
Now, when you played this well in the first half, are you sorry to see halftime come this break? What do you tell your team at halftime?
Well, we just got to go out and get that intensity back, and hopefully it won't slow us up, but, you know, that is kind of a problem. We'd like to keep playing. So hopefully we can get her back.
All right, we'll see what you can do in the third quarter. Great first half, Chuck. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We'll come back. It is 45-25 in favor of Warner. Stickney trying to come back. We'll return to the Barnett Center after this. Well, the Fantastic Bees are being brought to you under the auspices of the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
And Jason Brandner.
Yeah. He has been incredible. 24 points at halftime, the only player in double figures. Warner also has 6 points from Chuck Welke and Lon Stroshine, 4 from Lee Munger, 3 from Aaron Brick, 2 from Barry Markison. Stickney, on the other hand, Chad Kleitz, the leading scorer at halftime with 7. Al Matzner has 6. Ryan Punt and Dan Kreitlow each with 4. Shannon Tolsma has 2, and Brad Eggers a pair of free throws. And what do you do if you're Stickney coming out in the second half?
I think we're going to let Mike Tushin answer that. After watching Jason Brandner shoot yesterday, I really admire his shot and was thinking, hey, you know, he might end up maybe at a small college being a real good shooter. After watching him today, I'm convinced that he will end up being a college player for somebody because he really could put the ball in the hole. Brandner, again, the record at the State B for three-pointers in a game now is 6. He had 6 in the first quarter alone, and he has 8 at halftime. And again, it's just amazing that Warner can go from 1 three-pointer last night, 1 out of 10, to making 10 in the first half alone. And Warner has a 45-25 lead as the Monarchs come out of the locker room and start trying to get as hot as they were in the first half all over again. Stickney, on the other hand, gosh, I don't know, you're down by 20 points. That is an awful big hill to climb. As Al was saying, what do you do when you're down by that many? Number one, you've got to start cutting into that deficit with making three-point shots. You have to. That's too far to get. That's too far to come from behind with just 2-point shots. But we are going to see what Mike Tushin has to say about the way things went in the first half. Al?
That was shell-shocked. Did you know that Warner would be able to shoot? Did you ever, in your worst nightmare, run into an opponent who couldn't miss from three-point land?
I'll tell you what, when you got Brandner shooting that well, it's tough to oppose those guys because, you know, you got a Welke on the inside you got to take care of besides. So defensively, you know, when he's shooting that well, that makes it tough to defend.
How are your kids holding up?
Oh, we're good. You know, it's just we got to come back and get some respect here and go to work the second half.
Now, defensively, I think they've spread things out. They're really pressuring your guards. Is that causing a little problem as far as getting into your offense?
Yeah, they're pushing us into their tempo. You know, they want to come out and make us shoot it quick so they can get the ball and go with it. So we got to take care of ourselves. We don't have to come back and try and make up a big chunk of points early. We just got to keep plucking away.
All right, we'll see if he can do that. Thanks very much. Good luck in the second half, Mike. We'll come back and see how the third quarter is going to get going right after this.
Let's take a look at the stats here at the end of the first half. Shooting percentages for Warner, 16 out of 30. But again, those three-point shots, they have got 33 out of their 45 points from three-point land and a 20-point lead as a result. Aside from that, really, a little bit of turnover problem there for Stickney in the first half. 10 is more than you'd like to have, but 35% field goal shooting for Stickney and lights out field goal shooting for Warner from three-point range. And I think the temptation now would be suddenly to start coming down and start firing threes right away for Stickney. And Mike Tushin sounds like he does not want his team to fall in that rut.
That's what you would do if you were in a panic situation. He doesn't want to be in a panic situation. He doesn't think it is a panic situation. They need to come down and start controlling the tempo of this game a little more, as he said. Get their shots and just keep chipping away and get some stops on the defensive end.
Munger in the lane, doesn't get the roll. Rebound, Welke! And Chuck Welke now has 8 points. Pretty close to a panic situation. Natzner goes all the way and banks it up. No, rebound Munger. Natzner almost out of control on that break, and back come the Warner Monarchs. Stroshine throws it back out to Brick. Inside Munger. 3 points for Welke, short. But Welke goes and gets his own rebound. He'll go to Brick. Brick at the foul line. And the lead is now 24 points for Warner. They must feel like they're caught in a tornado here.
We learned one thing about Warner last night. You won't see that team let up either.
You don't let up and score 88 points a game. They've gone over 100 5 times this year.
Warner foul, number 50, Lee Munger, his third foul, first team foul.
And they're playing a great defensive team tonight. Stickney only gives up 51 points a game. And look at the guard, Brick get the rebound. Brick goes ahead to Brandner, block, followed by Welke, block, and back come the Raiders on a big rejection, but losing the ball out of bounds is flight. So they make the big defensive play, but then lose it on the break. And the ball tipped by Tolsma on the pass from Brick. It's going to be Warner ball. Here now leading by 3 after trailing in the second quarter at the Sioux Falls Arena. Stroshine from way out. And Chuck Welke,
he's got 3 threes. Stroshine has 3 threes in this game, Mark.
And 9 points. A big lead for the Warner Monarchs as they are up by 27 points. In low, the bank shot is no good, and the foul is going to go on Welke. Only 2 fouls on Chuck as you take a look inside. Matzner gets the ball. And the foul on the follow
across
through.
the arm, yep, just like we saw earlier. Mark, here's a thought I'm going to throw out for you.
Okay.
What if you're Steve Gunderson in Baltic sitting in the stands
I
watching
think I'd leave.
Wow.
That's a good thought. What do you think of my suggestion?
I don't know. We'll look around and see if they're here.
Yep, they are. if they play as well as they played tonight, they will still come into the game with a lot of confidence. Yes, watching this has got to be scary. I agree. They're way out on Brandner now. As well they should be. Is there anyone on this Warner team that cannot shoot a three-pointer? .5:35 to go in the third quarter. Warner has built that 20-point lead to 27. In fact, Stickney hasn't scored yet. Finally, they break the ice here in the second half. Danny Kreitlow with his 6th point. And the lead is down to 25, but
that might be the guy who doesn't shoot a three for Warner. Lee Munger didn't even look at the basket when he had the ball out there.
He is the only one. Foul line, Brandner hits him.
My.
And he got kind of bumped on that play.
That's his first 2-point bucket of the night.
Boy, has he been cold.
He's got 26 points.
Sure took long enough. In the lane, off the glass, tipped by Kleitz, and this time it goes. Raiders sucking it up right now and playing for pride and just hoping somehow that they can get back in this game.
Tolsma calls for the blocking foul.
This is really a bitter pill to swallow when you've gone undefeated and played so well all year. They have beaten some very good teams to stay undefeated. Emory, when they beat them, were rated number 2. Steal by Tolsma. Nice save by Tolsma. Back comes Kleitz. 4.5 to go in the third. 25-point lead for Warner. And another steal by Chuck Welke. Like I said, he does it all.
Matzner whistled for foul number 2. Third team foul against Stickney. Second team foul.
Ryan Punt comes back in. And if they were a football team right now, they would punt. Down by 25 points. We are midway through the third quarter, and we'll take a break. The Warner faithful having plenty to cheer about. Well, at least I don't have to apologize to you for the big build-up to this game. I thought it would be a great game, but who would have thought Warner would come out and shoot the way they have? Kreitlow on the inside, missed the short shot. And there's your update from the arena in Sioux Falls. It looks like a great matchup in the AA finals tomorrow night if Huron can hang on. Bombs away for Brick. And that is his second three-pointer.
And the 13th of the game for the Warner Monarchs. 13 of 19 from three-point land.
Chuck. Somebody's open. Monger can't hang on to the ball, and you should have seen the look that Russ gave him.
That's my ball.
Almost another steal by Welke. Inside, nice pass, Kreitlow off the glass, and he'll get the roll.
Quick update on the numbers too, Mark. Stickney shooting 35% from the field, 9 of 26. They are 0 of 5 from three-point land. Tough to catch up to anybody.
And Warner 12 of 18 on three-pointers. Kleitz gets the foul. You don't see teams shoot like that very often. In fact, It really caught my eye this morning in the paper that Duke had shot 14 of 19 from three-point range last night. Warner is 13 of 19 from three-point range. And I'll tell you what, the way they're playing, they could give Duke one heck of a game.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. I think Duke would win.
Yeah. Brandner just netted his 27th point of this ball game.
And had he kept up his pace of the first quarter, he would have scored 72 points in this game. So he has really, really cooled off.
He hasn't hit a three yet in the third quarter. He's got 2.5 minutes to go.
Ouch. You know what? This floor is hard. Brandner stopped, blocked by Russ. But it's thrown right to Brick. He'll drive, get hammered, and almost crawl the rim. Almost. Yeah, I'm checking back, and Bob Sittig and Steve Gunnarsson are still here.
What do their eyes look like? Are they big?
Well, they're pretty easy to pick out in the crowd. Most everybody else is asleep. Theirs look like saucers. I shouldn't say everybody's asleep. The Warner section.
Making a lot of noise.
He's certainly not. Brick was a real catalyst in yesterday's huge second quarter, and oops, Aaron. Exactly, Aaron. Notice there was none of that air ball stuff from the Stickney cheering section. When you're down by 28, you do not harass the other team. And out of bounds was Ryan Punt.
That just tells you what kind of a night it's been for the Stickney Raiders.
Yeah, when there's nobody on you and you look down and realize that your foot was out of bounds.
Oh, nice steal by Russ in the backcourt.
His first hoop. And it's a 26-point lead now for Warner. Brandner. Only his second miss of a three-pointer in the entire game. He wants to get one here in the third quarter, though. He wants to be the first player ever to make one in each quarter. Foul on Welke, that's 3.
Third team foul of the half against the Warner Monarchs. Stickney with 4 team fouls.
Sounds like Purin is going to advance to the championship game tomorrow night against Watertown, leading by 5 with 20 seconds to go. And the steal, Welke goes to Brandner, who'll go up and lay it in. 30 points.
Like I said before, Matt Gilbert's record is going to last about 2 hours. Most points in the semifinal game. Brandner is now 2 points away from tying it.
Nice pass underneath the Kreitlow. Dan is only a sophomore. Stickney team might be making appearances for the next 4 or 5 years as well. In the lane, Welke blocked. Stickney will come back with it. And I think Warner's gonna reload again next year too. They aren't losing all that many players. Brick and Brandner. Short shot is in by Punt.
Final 40 seconds of the third quarter. The lead is 24 for the Monarchs.
There's Welke on the inside. He'll put it in. He gets fouled. It counts. And the Warner bench goes crazy.
Double figures now for Welke. 10 points, and we're near the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. Again, if you'd have said Chuck Welke would have 10 points at the end of the third quarter and his team would be ahead by 26, I'd have said no way.
No, you just told me to wake up. Get real. Something like that.
Yeah. Foul on Kreitlow as you take a look. somehow he squeezed that ball up and made the basket. And the lead is now 27 points. Alan Knoll checks in for Warner. Eggers drives the paint, has it knocked away, and Brandon Johnson picks up the loose ball, goes to Brick. Warner in the forecourt, Stroshine lays it in. 11 points for Stroshine. 29-point lead. Better hurry. Take the shot. Ryan Punt lets it go, and after 3, Warner on track for their 88-point average.
Well, the championship game is all set at the state AA tournament. Huron will face Watertown in an all ESD championship battle. The Tigers rally Toledo Gorman 58-55. Part of that due to the 18-5 run that they finished the third quarter with.
Eggers in the lane, puts it up, but missed the shot, and there's a foul in the lane. And the championship game is all set here, too. We still got a quarter to go, but it will be Warner and Baltic in the championship game tomorrow night. Warner leading by 29 points as we start the fourth quarter. And if they weren't impressive enough last night against DeSmet, they have been even more impressive tonight against the unbeaten Stickney Raiders.
Eggers has hit 3 consecutive free throws. He has 3 points tonight.
Brandner, who did not make a three-pointer in the third quarter, has 30 points. Had 6 in the first quarter, 2 more in the second quarter. Lights on the break to Punt for the layup.
8 points in the game now for Ryan.
Brandner off the glass, missed it. Tip, no. Loose ball, Brandner goes and gets it. Back outside, Stroshine goes for another 3 for him, but it's a little bit off. And Punt will bring it up for the Raiders. Greatlow around and in for 3 and showing some great range. And he now leads his team with 13 points off the bench.
6 straight points for the Stickney Raiders. Chuck Welke will take a timeout. We'll be back to the Barnett Center. Warner still with a big lead over the Raiders.
9.
We're back. As promised. Nice play by Aaron Brick. As the Monarchs are still hustling. And trust me, they darn well better, or Chuck Welke will have them out of the game.
Yeah.
He expects that.
Yep. Wants to keep the defensive intensity up.
Hunt for 3. Stickney comes out with fire in their eyes here to start the fourth quarter. Down
9
by 20
straight
now.
points.
Munger in the lane. The foul goes on Punt before the shot.
9 consecutive points to start the fourth quarter for the Stickney Raiders. But the margin is still 20.
Chuck Welke checking back in.
Checking back in.
I got a feeling there'll be a few more of those before this game is over.
You know me too well, don't you?
Yeah.
I haven't even got started on that yet today.
No offense, but I'm really looking forward to getting home with the wife and kids. 2 weeks in a row on the road with you, Bobby. And yes, I know you too well.
I don't have a wife and kids, but the feeling's mutual.
Oh, Rush goes up. White follows. 11 straight points.
They've come back a long ways. They've still got a long ways to go, but they've come back a long way.
Brick for three.
That breaks the run at 11 straight points for Stickney.
4 players in double figures now for Warner. Munger with a steal. Brick wanted it, goes to Munger, he'll turn, blocked by Kleitz. Stroshine, foul line, nails it.
$13 points now for Stroshine. Brick's in double figures, Stroshine in double figures, Welke in double figures, and Jason Brandner was there in the first quarter.
He was there in the first 4 minutes. This is the same score that Warner beat the Smith by last night, right now. So the 11-0 run by Stickney to start the fourth quarter is broken. And Warner has increased that lead back from 18 to 23. It was 29 to start the quarter.
You know, as long as we're talking about interesting matchups, how about a one-on-one championship between Chuck Welke and Matt Gilbert?
Munger underneath. Well, to be honest, last week, when people were asking me about who I'd like to see in the finals, that really intrigues me. Really it does. So I'm glad these two teams have made it from that respect in terms of the players involved. Kleitz with a rebound scores. Flint now with 13. Here comes Brandner on the break, shielding himself, and he gets fouled. And he gets hurt. Didn't like the look on his face. Uh-oh. Oh, my. Let's hope it's not a sprained ankle. Let's hope it's a cramp.
That's what it looks like right now. They're stretching out the calf.
That's what it looks like.
Right there.
I'll tell you, these surfaces lend themselves more to cramp than a wooden floor. There's more give in a wooden floor. I used to do Coyote games for many years down at the Dome, and they got lots of cramps playing on that hard AstroTurf. You wouldn't see that on grass.
Let's take a look inside the numbers through 3/4 of this semifinal game. Warner 22 of 46 from the floor, but look at the three-point shooting, 13 of 20. Meanwhile, Stickney's, what do you say, struggling? 13 of 34 have just not been able to find the range, not been able to get into a rhythm. Part of that, the Warner defense has not let them. Rebounds are dead even. Stickney's turned the ball over a few more times than I'm sure Mike Tucson would like to see. Obviously, that cheer is for Brandner being back up and at him.
Big sigh of relief from that cheering section. And from Chuck Welke, the head coach, who in 15 years has won 277 games at Warner and lost only 89. First appearance in the state B's back in 1982, led by Wade Roselle. Boy, the Roselle factory. Oh, look at those cheerleaders having a ball at the game tonight.
Yeah, the W stands for Warner, and the W is also standing for winners tonight.
So Haskell checks in and makes the free throws for Brandner.
And had Brandner made him, he'd have tied the record for individual points in a championship, or semifinal game, I should say.
That 82 team was the first of 6 Warner teams to make the state tournament. Munger. And they are right on track to make their average of 88. And Brandner will come back into the game, leading by 27 points.
4.5 to play until the final buzzer sounds in this one.
Stroshine comes out. And he played a good game as well. 13 points, 3 3-pointers, overshadowed just a little bit. Normally, 3 3-pointers would lead any team. Brick has 2 3-pointers, but that darn Brandner has 8.
Please refrain from throwing objects onto the floor.
That was somebody's lucky penny that came out of the crowd there onto the floor.
No comment. Kreitlow playing a strong game on the inside, now has 15 points.
The lead is 25 for the Warner Monarchs. Playing like royalty tonight.
And from early in the second quarter, this game has never been in doubt at all. A lot of it because of that guy.
32 in the game for Jason Brandner. Ties him with Matt Gilbert for most points in a semifinal game in the State B tournament.
Whites for 3, Munger with a rebound. Brick with the ball. Back to Welke in the lane. Short shot is good. Welke now with 13 points, but he's done what he's had to do for his team. He hasn't had to score tonight. He's done everything else. Kolsma drains the long one.
I think we're going to see about an 8-second shot clock at both ends from here on
Now
out.
we got a track meet. This is like a Y game. They're fun when you're playing. They're miserable to coach.
I think Kleitz is hurt. He tripped up over there on the floor. Looks like he may have turned an ankle as he tried to stop heading down that side. 3:07 to play. It's 81-55 in favor of the Warner Monarchs. We'll be back to the Barnett Center in Aberdeen right after this.
Cooperative.
It has been all Warner, as you can tell by the scoreboard. We still have 3:07 to go in this semifinal game.
Chad Kleitz staying on the bench for Stickney after he turned that ankle before that timeout.
Kreitlow now with 17 points. Alley-oop underneath for Welke is knocked away.
Kreitlow had been out of bounds, was unable to reestablish his presence on the court before he came back in and touched that, so he'll stay with Warner.
Brandner back to Welke. Stops. A little bit long on the shot. Kreitlow with a rebound. Stolen back by Markison. Brick goes to Brandner for another 3. And the Raiders come back. And we've got a rebounding foul on Droge. A little bit surprised that the starters are still in there at this point because you don't want somebody to get hurt.
No, they're not going to stay in much longer. Chuck Welke's coming out right now. Actually, he and Aaron Brick and Jason Brandner now is the only starter left in for Warner.
Brick with 11, Welke with 13, Stroschein with 13, Munger with 8, Brandner with 32. That's what your 5 starters have done. Those 3 guys, a yeoman's effort. Markison at the foul line. Jason Brandner gets a huge ovation. 32 points. As Ryan Campbell replaces him. And now everybody gets a chance to play. 2:13 to go in the game, and a reminder, we'll be rejoining CBS very quickly after the end of this ball game. We'll talk to Chuck Welke. Not a whole lot really for him to say at this point. His team has said it all. John Pearson with the basket. for Stickney. Knocked out of bounds by Pearson. Or was it? Oh, Chuck, mellow out.
Hey, he wants his kids to keep the intensity he does.
Ryan Campbell picks up the foul.
Now you can hear the 7-2-1 chant that we alluded to earlier with Chuck Welke.
Hey, when the other team shoots the way they did, there's not much you can do, Mike.
Yeah. Stickney's had a great year, and you mentioned earlier that they are still of a young team.
Yes.
Chad Kleitz, the senior, is the only one, I believe, who will leave the starting lineup. Mike Russ also will graduate this year. But with Dan Kreitlow, a sophomore, coming back, Ryan Punt coming back, Shannon Tolsma coming back, Al Matzner coming back, John Pearson and Brad Eggers come off the bench coming
be
back.
Good for a while yet.
They've got plenty of talent for another year.
Jeremy Bastian's shot a little bit off the mark. So it's going to be Warner and Baltic tomorrow night in the championship game. Alan Knoll getting the foul. I'm out of space on my scorebook here. I'm only going to write names down if they score from now on because I can't fit anybody else on here. John Pearson goes to the line for the Raiders. Eyeing the basket, good concentration, and he nails it. We got a foul in the rebounding action. Scott Pearson on that one, number 15. And Alan Knoll will get the free throw opportunity at the other end. Another big kid on this Warner team, only a junior. And we are closing in on the 1-minute mark. Pearson on the rebound, missed it. Knoll now gets it, and back come the Monarchs. Haskell with a short jumper nails it. They've got 85 now. They're 3 shy of their season's average of 88. And look at the quick hands on the steal by Bastian. On the break, goes to Haskell. Ryan Campbell from the foul line, in and out. Barry Palmer with the steal. Barry's going to bounce it underneath and just a little bit too far for Jeremy, out of bounds.
Yeah, but it was right on target for our cameraman, Tony Simon, down there.
Rebound, Pearson up and in. Pearson with a putback. And Johns had a good fourth quarter. He's got 6. Time for one more shot. Knoll doesn't get it, and that is going to do it unless there's a foul. Knoll steals it, shoots it, and that is the ball game. 85-63. Warner has advanced with a very, very impressive victory. And quickly, we're going to send it over to Al Bahi and Chuck Welke.
Thanks very much, Mark. Chuck, you never come into a game expecting a game like this, especially against an unbeaten team like Stickney.
Well, when you have a kid like Jason Brander that really lit him up like that, you know, part of it is they were really collapsing inside. It left him wide open out there, and he can shoot all night. I'll tell you what, I can't ever get him out of the gym every night after practice. I get home about 7 o'clock because of him, but it paid off tonight.
You also talked to your team a little bit in the timeout that we came there, I think, late in the third quarter. You asked them where their defensive intensity was.
Yeah, we got a little complacent, I think, because, you know, we had the big lead and so on, and we let them go to the boards on us too much, and we just have to keep that intensity. I mean, they didn't give up. They kept coming back, and they got some guys that can shoot those threes, and we can't let up on them, you know, and finally they did give up, I guess, by subbing down, and when we did too, and it's nice everybody got to play, and we're happy.
Your team has put 2 very solid games together. You're back where you wanted to be. What do you see in the championship game tomorrow night against Baltic?
Well, I see a guy about 6'10" in the way of that basket. He's going to be a problem. We're going to have to pressure the heck out of him, and hopefully we can give him some problems with that. And we got to contain him and keep him off the boards.
All right. Well, congratulations on an impressive win tonight, and make sure Jason Brander ices that hand down tonight. All right.
Thanks a lot. It was great.
Chuck Welke of the Warner Monarchs back in the championship game. We'll go back and check in at the Sioux Falls Arena for an update in the AA with Tom Neiman right after this break.
Look out, Olive. Don't tell me I left it home. Is there any spinach in the house? Hey, Olive, where are you? What happened? I got... Are you Hoyt?
Let's do it again.